the JavaScript form validation. Now we will add for the JavaScript form validation. So let's add here the JavaScript, the HTML. Here we can make HTML5. I've added the CSS, okay? Link for the CSS. And then right here we can go, and here we got a dark blue. We can make here, the first thing we will add here is the container that will contain everything for the form. And then we will give a form and give it a class of form. And for the action, we can make it to the same page. And inside the form, we will add here as first h1 and make JavaScript form validation. Let's check it out first. Okay, here we got this one. And then after this part, we will add the first input. So we can add here dev with the class of input control. And then inside it, we will add a label. And this one will be for the username. And here we can type name, or we can just make it name. We don't need the username really. Name. And input, we will give it a type of text, name of name, and then we don't need an ID, I think so. And then after this part, let's add here the dev with class of error, and this will appear in case of we have an error. And then we can copy this one and make another one for the email, and the last one for the password. Here we can make for the email, and then right here we can make for the email. We will copy this one here and here, yes. And then right here we can make it for the password. For password, we will copy this one and paste it for the type. Okay, that's good. And then the last thing we will add here is the button of the sign up. Button with the type of submit. This will be the submission button and sign up. Okay, so here we got the form, and we need to add the JavaScript, but we will do that in the next video. I want to think about how we can add the form validation. I'm gonna give you a hint. Here is the name. The name, we got no problem with the name, but if the email is not an email, it doesn't contain @ or doesn't contain dot, so there's a problem, right? So it's not an email. And for the password, we need to check its length and some data inside it. So the first thing we need to check here, whether the inputs are empty or not. The empty makes a problem, right? And the email for the @ and dot, and the password for its length. Try to do it yourself. I think this will be a great challenge for you. And in the next video, we will do it together. Good luck with your challenge. Okay, and now let's make it for the JavaScript. The first thing we will do here is to add script .js, and then we will connect between them. We will do that here. Script with the source of script.js. Let's go here right now. The first thing we will add here is a constant for the form. Constant equal to a constant form first, equal to document dot get element, or let's make it query selector because it's not an ID. The form. Okay, and then what we have here, we need to select here the username or the name and email and the password, but they don't have here anything that we can choose with. So we can give it here an ID of the name. We can copy this, make it here and here. This one will be for the email, and the last one will be for the password, the lowercase. Okay, so let's make it here const with the name. We can set it equal to document dot get element by id, which is for the name. And the second one, we can copy this, paste it here, one for the email and one for the password. Email, copy, paste. Password, copy, paste. Okay, that's good. There's no difference here until now. Okay, so let's add a comment here, which is preventing reloading on the submission. The same as we did before. We can add a comment here. Preventing reloading on submission. Okay, and what we can do here is form dot add event listener, and the one that we need is submit, right? And then we will make a function, and the parameters are e over the bracket e dot prevent default, and then we will go to the function which is called the validate input, but we don't need this now because we don't have it. We can just make here a function and call it validate or validated inputs. It will be better. Validated inputs. Make the parameters empty for now and open the bracket, and then we can copy this one and go here. Let's check whether it's reloading or not. It's not reloading, but we get a different way to type this. What is this way? We can make here e, which is the parameter, which is inside the parameter, and then equal, and this sign, which is greater than. So this means the function and the parameters is e. That's the same as it. This is equivalent to function and the parameter is e. Okay, so this is missing. So this is for preventing the reloading on the submission. And now, okay, so what we will do here, we will get the element by id of the parent element. So if I get the email, for the input of the email, I want to get its parent element, which is the input control, so I can give it this error, right? So let's do that here. We can give here a comment to get the element id parent element. So I will get the parent element of each one that I need to give it the error or the success, and also target its error class, and also give it a message. Moreover, add error class and remove the success class. And this function will be called add set error, which is we can make it to constant. So here the purpose of this constant is to get the element by the id of the parent's element. So we will get one id for the name, the second id will be for the email, and the third one will be for the password. So we will get all in the JavaScript, so we can add their messages. And here we can make here constant equal constants to set error equal to function, and then we will set two parameters, element add message. Message. So what does that mean? This means this will be the same as here, which is giving the ID for an example for each one, and this will be a variable, and soon we will set a message for each one. So for the name we got a wrong name, for the email we got a wrong email. So this is the same as here, the same as this event, but this will be a variable that we will use to input the messages. Okay, and here what we can do is constant. We can make a constant right here, a constant of input equal to element, which is this element, which is each one got its ID, parent element. So I am using it right here. Okay, and after this part we can make constant for the error, and here we will make input dot query selector of error. So what did I do here? I got the constant of the error, right? And here the error will be equal input. The input is the element dot parent element. I'll the same I get here and type element dot parent element. So I am getting the parent element of each error. So here I get the parent element for this one, which is this one, and this one for this one, and this one for this one. So here I'm getting three, one for the name, one for the email, and one for the password. And then after this part we will make error. We will change the text content of the error. Text content, what's the problem? Text content. What's here? I think there is a problem. Just need to select, doesn't want to select. Okay. Error dot okay text content to be equal to the message that we will set as a variable. Okay, but can I use this way to type this function? Of course, yes. We can delete this one and make it here to be like that, and this will be equivalent to what we typed before. Okay, and after this part we can make here add the class of error. So we get a class of error in the CSS that is giving the red color for the error. So here we will add the input control dot class list dot add. I will add the error and remove the success. Sorry, not here. Remove success. Okay, we don't have any difference right here, right now. Okay, what we will do after this part, but we will do it in the next video, is adding the set success. If you have any problem with what we typed, you can ask in the Q&A. Good luck and see you in the next video. Okay, so now let's add for the set success. So we can make here const set success and make it equal to element. We don't need here a message because for the success we don't have a message. Open the bracket, and then right here we can make for the const, we can get the same as here. So we can copy this one and paste it here because it will be the same. Okay, and then the error dot text content will be none, so nothing inside. And here we will do the same, but we will remove the class of error and add the class of the success, which gives me the green color. Success and remove the error. Okay, that's good. And here, what we need to do after this part, let's just add a comment here, so it might be easier for you. Okay, and here we can add for the to get the ID, but it's the same, we don't need to get it. It's easy, right? And after this part, what we can do right here is to check if the input is email or not. We got here the constant for the email, so we can just use it here. Okay, so here, const, let's make it to a valid email equal to email, a function of the email. Make it to equal like that. So a function with a parameter of email. Okay, so here what we can do is to go to this file right here. And go back here. Let's paste it. And it has a constant of RE. This code means that I will check everything that is needed for the email. You basically don't need to understand that, okay? So this means everything I need to type an email and the email is success. Here we can make return re.test string, because the email which is typed inside the email is a string. It can be numbers, it can be text, so it is a string. And here, email dot to lowercase. So here what I'm doing here is to converting the email to the lowercase. So if the input was uppercase, I will replace it by the lowercase. And this will be the is valid email, which is finding if the input is email or not. This is a constant code. We can add a comment here, checking if the input is an email. Okay, so now after this part, there's a property in the JavaScript that we can trim all the white space. Right here, if I type like that, so there's a lot of white space. There's a property in the JavaScript that I can delete the white space with it, which is called trim. We can add a comment here. And inside this comment, we can make for trimming all the white spaces. And right here, we can make a constant with the validate inputs, which is the one is for the here, where? Yes, this one. Okay, so here after this part, we can make it to equal, so we don't need this one again. Equal to. Now, we can make it like that. So, but the parameters are empty. And then inside here, we can make const of name value equal to username or name dot value. What's the problem here? Oh, what's the problem right here? I don't know the problem, but let's keep going and check out else whether we have a problem or not. And then value dot trim. Okay. And then we will do the same for the email and for the password. So we can just paste this here and here. This one will be for the email value. This one will be for email. And this one, don't we have it a name? Yeah, we have it a name, so what's the problem? Okay, bookmark it. We will check it out later. So here, this one will be for the password, the same as here, the password. Okay, that's good. And then after this part, what we can do here is to add the if the user value is empty and give the error message. But I think this is enough for this video, and in the next video we will keep going. So good luck and see you in the next video. Okay guys, and here let's keep going and add for the script. So I checked out the problem of this one, which has a function in the JavaScript which is called name. So we need to change this one by name1 or anything we want and make the name1 here. So now we got no problem. Okay, so after this part, let's add here a comment giving messages for the user name. So let's check out here if something is happening. Not yet, right? Because we don't have anything here. So let's do that now. We can make here if, let's add some space s first. Okay, if the name value is equal to nothing, so I want something to happen. I want the set error for the element, where is the element? The element is here, and the message will be user or just name is required. Okay, and after this part, what we can do here is else function. Else, we can just make set success, and this one will be for the name. The name, okay, the name one. Okay, so what we can just do here is to, sorry, this one will be for the name one. So what's going on here? I want to show you what's going on here. So here, the set error, the parameters of the set error right here, where the set error is element and add message. So what's going on here when I recall the function and call two parameters? The first one is name1, which is the document.getElement by the ID, and the second one, as I told you, is a variable. It will change with the name or the email or the password. So I get the ID of the name1, which is the name here, and it will go to the index.html and search for it, and the message will appear for the name. And then right here we can check out what's going on here. Okay, it gives me, because I got something inside when I click on sign up. So here we got name is required. And then after this part, we can add for the email. So we can copy this one right here and paste. If email value is equal to nothing, I will set for the email, and email is required. And here we can set for email. So we will set the success over the email. So here we got required and required. When I do that again, we got this. Okay, that's true. And then after this part, what we can do right here is to add for the password. So we can make the last one for the password. We can copy this one, password value, and this one will be for the password, and the same as here. Okay, so let's check it out what's going on here. No, I don't need to save it. Okay, we're gonna take it like that, and like, no. Okay, and this is working good, but I noticed a problem right here that we didn't notice together, that the password. We need to check out for the password. And also for the email, we need to add more. For the email right here, if I type anything, it works, right? Because it has the type of the text. We can add here else if function. Else if. So in case if I have more than a case or more than a condition that I want to test, I can add if. And the second condition can take the else if, and then I can type a condition inside, like we can type here for, we called it what? We called it valid email. Valid email. And then after this one, we can make the email value. Email value. And then open the bracket and leave it empty for now until we explain what's going on here. So here, if the valid email and the parameter is the value of the email, so here we get a parameter of the email, and now its value will be the input of the email. If it's not true, which by this mark, something will happen. I will set the error. Set error. I will set the error for the email and give a message, email is required. Let's test it now. Okay, so here we got email is required. If I add dot, it's not enough yet. If I add something else, it's not enough. If I add dot, it's not enough yet. If I add .com, it is enough. Okay, so now let's make it for the password. If we make it for the password, else if the password value, we're learning about the length, right? So we don't need to explain it again. Value dot length. If it's less than 10, I will set the error. So here, oh, this is a password, not an email. Okay, copy this one, paste it here. We can type here password must be greater or equal 10 characters. We can check out what we have right here if I type something like that. So here we got it, and if I left it empty, it will give me password is required. So that's all for the form validation with the JavaScript. If you have any problem, you can ask in the Q&A. Good luck and see you in the next project.